Hey everybody, it's Dizzy and welcome to my channel. Can you tell I'm wearing two different eyeshadow palettes today? I bet you can't, or maybe you can. But today I'm wearing two different eyeshadow palettes because I'm talking about the comparison between two different eyeshadow palettes. The first is the Makeup Revolution Neutrals versus Neutral palette, which I have on this eye. And the second one is one I've talked about a couple times on the channel. This is the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals palette. Now, I'm going to go through and compare them. I'm going to talk about price. I'm going to show you swatches and basically help you, I hope, decide if you need one of those in your life, need one of these in your life, or if you need both, which I don't think anyone actually does. I feel like they are similar enough that you only need to pick one of these. So let's start with packaging. The Makeup Revolution palette comes in this kind of medium-sized black plastic case. It has a very large mirror, which is great. And it has a brush, but I took the brush out. You are looking at 16 colors, and there are 7 mattes, and then the rest are some type of shimmer. The NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals is a smaller square palette, also black plastic. It has no mirror. It came with no brush. It also has 16 shadows, and they are considerably smaller. Now, this palette retails at Ulta for $12. This one retails at Ulta for $17. Both, NYX goes on sale a lot though, so look out for that. Comparing the two from a color perspective, they have a lot of similarities, but the Makeup Revolution palette goes a little bit more peachy. The NYX palette, while very warm, has some more neutral shades. There's even a couple shades. This shade down here at the bottom, their dark shade almost pulls gray. Neither one of them have, you can't really go super deep and dark with this palette. There's no black, but the Makeup Revolution does have a sort of black with sparkle and a very dark brown. The NYX has a couple very dark browns. So overall, the colors are pretty similar, and I do like both palettes quite a lot. I mostly used in my eye look today the matte shades because those are the ones that were most similar to one another. And I do think I got a pretty similar look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch them with a brush over Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have a little sample of the anti-aging one, so we're going to use that for the matte shades, and then for the metallic or glittery shades, I'm going to be using e.l.f. Glitter Primer. And I'm going to do all the mattes for both palettes and then all the glitter ones. So let's get started. First of all, I will say this, as far as performance goes, both of them perform very well, especially for their price points. So finding all the shades, matte shades in the NYX palette, there are quite a few more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd say 10. So if you are into matte shades, this palette might be the way to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch all of those for you. What I'm doing is I'm dipping my brush in there a couple times, and then I'm going to just rub the brush across my skin a few times. Okay, so that is the mattes from the NYX Warm Neutral. It is very hard to see the two top shades, which are basically a white and an off-white. As you get into the darker mattes, they become more opaque, better quality. These shades down here are this one, this one, this one, and this one, and they are amazing. As you can see, there's a little tiny bit of powderiness on the palette from digging your brush in, but really not too bad. I also like that this goes to a very orangey warm place. There's a color on here that, dare I say, reminds me of Kat Von D Lolita. And I like that the last brown color is almost a gray brown. So I really, really like that a lot. I'm going to go in and do the matte shades in the Makeup Forever palette. And like I said, the two shades up here at the top, the white ones, they're really hard to see on my skin tone because they're almost the same color as my skin tone, which is great when you need a base shadow shade. All right, so see if we can see it. The Makeup Revolution ones are over here. And as you can see, there's a lot less mattes, but the mattes are nice quality. There is, this bottom one is a really dark, deep brown. There's a slightly lighter dark brown. There's a couple almost beigey shades, almost warm mauve, I dare say, a real peach, and a couple very light skin tone shades. So those are really nice. There are more mattes in the NYX one, so if you love mattes, that might be what you want. I'm going to do my other arm for the metallics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that e.l.f. glitter primer, and I'm going to apply it with the brush, just like I've been doing. All right, so the NYX metallics first. Okay, so that is the NYX side. As you can see, they're very pretty colors. There is some nice tones in there. There's a copper, there's sort of a rose gold. Those are really pretty. So that is the NYX. And NYX actually goes to a more true gold place in a couple areas, which I like. I like that it goes a little gray, and I like that it goes a little gold. Now let's do the Makeup Revolution ones. And remember, there are more metallics in this palette than the other. So that is the Makeup Revolution colors. And as you can see, it goes more plummy, it goes more pink. It lacks that gold tone that the NYX ones have. But if you almost want like something closer to the Too Faced Peach palette, that one would be a better option, I think. Yeah, I think final thoughts on this. They're both really good drugstore palettes. They both have solid quality. They both have really pretty colors. I feel like they're both complete palettes, and what I mean by that is it has a matte shade to use as a transition. It has highlight shades in both matte and shimmer. It has enough transition shades that you can get different looks. Both palettes could have gone a little deeper and darker, but the browns that they offer are very nice. It has enough shimmer colors to do a pop on the lid. So I feel like if you traveled and all you brought with these palettes, you would not be disappointed or feel like you were missing anything. At the end of it all, the Makeup Revolution one is a better deal just because of the price point being lower for a lot more product. But at the same time, I've been finding myself reaching for the NYX one. And I think that it really comes down to, I'll show you the shades that I feel sell it to me in both palettes. So in Makeup Revolution, the shades that I really love in this palette are, I like this dark brown a lot. I do like this shadow a lot. This one takes a lot to build up. It's more of a true red, and I wanted to love it, but frankly, it's disappointing. You have to really build it up, even with a glitter primer. And then I don't love their lighter shades. I don't feel like they perform as well as the NYX ones do. But I like this brown. I like this peach. So there's a lot of colors in here I really like. I wish that this dark color that goes kind of purpley didn't have chunky glitter in it because it just falls out all over. But that's the ones I like from that. And then from the NYX one, this shade is a really good matte base shade. This white one, not as much, but this one is fantastic. It doesn't show very well on my arm swatch, but it is just a really nice pigmented color to put all over the eye. I love this dark brown shade. I love this one. I love that it goes to this kind of gray place. I mix that in with my eyeliner. I do like that it goes gold, but they're not the most fantastic golds. But I love this burnt umber orange color so much. And there's a color very similar to it in Makeup Revolution, but I actually feel like this one performs a little better. So I guess my final verdict is you don't need both. Figure out if you want more matte shades or if you want more of like a sweet peach vibe, and that's the one that you should go for. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. It was definitely fun to film, and I'll see you next time. Bye.